Wild-caught salmon is often regarded as a health food hero, praised for its rich omega-3 fatty acids, high-quality protein, and various essential vitamins and minerals. For those following the carnivore diet, which is based on animal products and excludes plant-based foods, wild-caught salmon appears to be an ideal choice. The benefits of omega-3s, which are known to support heart health, brain function, and reduce inflammation, make wild-caught salmon a highly sought-after food. However, while wild-caught salmon can be a healthy addition to any diet, there are several important considerations and potential risks to keep in mind, particularly when it is consumed regularly as part of a restrictive diet like the carnivore plan. One of the most pressing concerns regarding wild-caught salmon is the presence of environmental contaminants, such as heavy metals, pesticides, and polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs. Wild fish, including salmon, can accumulate these toxins in their bodies from polluted waters. While wild-caught salmon generally contains fewer toxins than farmed salmon, it is still vulnerable to contamination, particularly in areas where water pollution is a significant issue. Consuming these toxins over time, especially in large quantities, can have serious health implications, such as damaging the liver, kidneys, and nervous system, and increasing the risk of cancer. Additionally, these environmental pollutants can disrupt hormonal balance, leading to reproductive issues and other long-term health problems. For individuals consuming salmon regularly, especially as a primary protein source on a carnivore diet, the risk of accumulating these harmful substances can increase over time, affecting overall health and well-being. Another issue with wild-caught salmon is the concern over sustainability and the environmental impact of fishing practices. While wild-caught fish is often seen as a more natural and ethical alternative to farmed salmon, overfishing has become a significant concern in many parts of the world. Wild salmon populations are under pressure from unsustainable fishing practices, habitat destruction, and climate change. Overfishing can lead to the depletion of salmon stocks, disrupting ecosystems, and threatening the survival of fish species. For those who prioritize sustainability, it's crucial to consider the sourcing of the wild-caught salmon and ensure that it is harvested using responsible, sustainable practices. However, even with sustainable sourcing, the overall environmental impact of regularly consuming wild-caught salmon, especially for those on a carnivore diet who consume large quantities of animal products, remains a valid concern, particularly when considering the strain it places on marine ecosystems. While the omega-3 fatty acids in wild-caught salmon are often praised for their anti-inflammatory effects and heart-healthy benefits, it's important to remember that omega-3s are just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to maintaining optimal health. The carnivore diet, by nature, excludes a variety of plant-based foods that provide essential nutrients like fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins not found in animal products. Relying too heavily on wild-caught salmon for omega-3s may result in imbalances in the diet, leaving out important nutrients that are necessary for overall health. The lack of fiber in the carnivore diet can lead to digestive issues, including constipation and poor gut health, while the exclusion of fruits and vegetables increases the risk of nutrient deficiencies over time. Without a more balanced approach to nutrition, the benefits of omega-3s from salmon may not be enough to counterbalance these other dietary shortcomings, potentially leading to long-term health complications. Additionally, while salmon is often celebrated for its heart-healthy benefits due to its omega-3 content, there is a growing body of evidence suggesting that a diet excessively high in fish and other animal products could still lead to an increased risk of cardiovascular problems in the long run. Salmon may be a better choice than some other fatty meats, but it is still a source of cholesterol, and the overconsumption of cholesterol-rich foods can contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries, leading to atherosclerosis and other cardiovascular diseases. Furthermore, the high-protein, high-fat nature of the carnivore diet, combined with a focus on animal products like salmon, may increase the risk of metabolic syndrome, obesity, and type 2 diabetes over time, particularly when these foods are eaten in excess without balancing them with other nutrients. Another concern with regularly consuming wild-caught salmon is the potential for high levels of sodium. Depending on how the salmon is prepared or stored, it may be preserved with added salt or other sodium-rich ingredients. For individuals following the carnivore diet who may already be consuming large quantities of salty foods like bacon or other cured meats, the added sodium from salmon could push total sodium intake to unhealthy levels. Excessive sodium intake is a major risk factor for high blood pressure, which in turn increases the risk of heart disease, kidney damage, and strokes. While salmon itself is a healthy food choice in moderation, the cumulative sodium intake from other animal products on the carnivore diet could lead to significant health risks in the long run. Moreover, the fatty acids in wild-caught salmon, though beneficial in moderation, may not be as protective as many assume. The benefits of omega-3s are well documented in terms of reducing inflammation and supporting brain health, but there are limits to how much of these fats the body needs. Consuming large amounts of fatty fish like salmon may not necessarily provide additional benefits and could contribute to an imbalance in the diet. While omega-3s are essential for health, they are not a cure-all, and consuming excessive amounts of any type of fat, including those from wild-caught salmon, can still lead to weight gain, digestive issues, and an increased risk of developing metabolic disorders, particularly in the context of a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet like the carnivore plan. Lastly, the cost of wild-caught salmon is a significant consideration. While it is often touted as a superior choice to farmed salmon, it can also be much more expensive. For those on a carnivore diet who are relying heavily on animal products, the expense of regularly purchasing wild-caught salmon may become financially burdensome, especially if they are eating large quantities to meet their protein and fat needs. This financial strain, coupled with the sustainability concerns, could make regular consumption of wild-caught salmon a less viable option in the long term. In conclusion, while wild-caught salmon is undoubtedly a rich source of omega-3s and other essential nutrients, its regular consumption on a carnivore diet should be approached with caution. The potential risks of environmental contaminants, sustainability issues, nutrient imbalances, and high sodium intake make it important to consume salmon in moderation and ensure it is sourced responsibly. While salmon offers undeniable health benefits, the over-reliance on it, particularly in a restrictive diet, may lead to long-term health consequences such as cardiovascular issues, nutrient deficiencies, and metabolic disorders. As with any food, balance and variety are key to maintaining overall health, and focusing too heavily on wild-caught salmon could ultimately have negative effects on the body and the environment.